Hello my dears, this is Sarah from sheholdsdearly.com, and today we're going to talk all about dorm rooms and how to give them the vintage flair that we all love so much. Now, I heard from my previous video, which talked about kids' rooms, that many of you were wanting help trying to do your grown-up kids' dorm rooms, and it is that time of year, so I jumped right on that idea and I put this together for you guys, and it was a lot of fun. Great idea. One of my favorite ways to gain new inspiration for small spaces is to study RV makeovers. So that's a little tip for you. The creativity and the beauty that people are coming up with when they are updating RVs these days is just amazing. I also did a video a while back on small space solutions, so if you want more information on that, I suggest you check that out. So today we want to go through a bunch of ways to take your dorm room from looking like this to looking maybe something like this. And before I dive into the full design training part of this, did you know that there are entire companies that have a product line, or their whole company is focused on just great dorm decorations? I had no idea. This is the time of history to be doing this kind of thing. So you're gonna wanna check out Pottery Barn Teen, their dorm line. You're gonna wanna look at West Elm, which is partnering with Pottery Barn right now for their dorm items. There's a company called Dormify, which is completely about setting up your dorm room. And there's Dorm Co. So I'm gonna pull products from each one of these companies as well as a few others. All right, the number one rule that I want you to stick to with getting a dorm room to look professionally done is you've got to decide on your color palette, and then you have to commit to it and stick to it. If you can do that alone, you're gonna end up with a much nicer product than if you're just pulling items from anywhere. And that even goes for your household items. Like, try to be consistent with the colors. That's the most important thing. If you learned anything today, is stick to one color scheme that you decide on. Here's a beautiful example of a guy's room where they're really consistent with their gray and black and just maybe a red pop of color. Here's another one that's very serene. They use cream and black and white. I love how welcoming and beautiful this space is for a girl. Now let's really jump into the logistics of the decorating. So there are three main topics I want to hit on today. So there's the furniture, the walls, and the storage solutions. All right, so furniture. This gets fun fast, and I want you to check out this infographic that I have for you. So we're gonna work with twin beds because we don't have a lot of room in a dorm room. Number one is just the most basic twin bed, storage underneath, and then a desk at the end. Then you get into what they call the junior loft, where the desk is off to the side and it's raised up. The third look could be what they call loft beds. So they're way up in the air, and then you've got all the space underneath, and you could have a desk under there. Then of course there's the classic bunk beds, and you have a desk at the end. This junior crew, I don't really know what that is. Like, I would hate to be the guy on the bottom bunk. Talk about claustrophobia. So I don't like number 5. Number 6 is kind of cool. If you can swing it, you need a fair amount of space for that bed to go out, kind of jackknife like that. Okay, so anytime you can make furniture, and especially a bed, have dual purpose, you're gonna wanna kick that into high gear as much as you can. So get super creative with that. Most university beds that come in the dorm room are adjustable. And if not, you could use cinder blocks from Home Depot to lift them up, or they actually have bed risers that you can buy, and some of them even have outlets in them. So that's like the fancy option. Okay, I'm not gonna spend any time on bunk beds because we all get it. We all know what bunk beds are. But we don't see a lot of raised beds unless we're talking dorm rooms. These are good for getting extra storage. That's pretty much all you're gonna want to use them for, is for storage underneath. Either you can do your twin bed and raise it up, or you can find loft beds and raised beds on Facebook Marketplace. And the big thing that you'll notice with raised beds is the dust ruffle. They're extra long, and you actually can buy them from Dormify, just ready to go. Here's a nice gray tailored one, more of the box pleat for a guy's room. So you can do just one long one, and you can get that from Dormco or Dormify, or you can do two. So do the long one and then do a regular one, which is kind of cute too. The layered look is real sweet, real ruffly. Then I think it's really fun to add in a storage ottoman, a little extra storage, dual purpose, as your step stool to get up into the bed. Now my very favorite option, because I feel like you can kind of create your own house feel, is the loft bed. So this one's really cute here. She hung a little boho hammock underneath her loft bed, and you could just have that as a temporary seating option as well. This gal actually has a couch underneath, which I love. I think it actually might be a futon. It looks like it might fold out, so that's fun. This one just killed it with the boho look. I love all the textures and layers here. And then they added a storage trunk, which doubles as the coffee table. These storage trunks are super trendy. West Elm sells them, Pottery Barn sells them. Of course, us vintage lovers see these and use these all the time and pick them up at garage sales and things. This guy, this is a Pottery Barn picture, actually like put part of his little kitchen in there, right? So we see a fridge and food and a microwave, and there's a storage trunk and the cute chair and lamp. The below space isn't just storage at this point, it's actually like another room. And this one I loved because I just think the little matching utensils and the hanging pot holders and stuff is so cute. And then it looks like they added in a little bistro table. So if you have room for that, that is an option that you gain by using a loft bed. Okay, and speaking of kitchens, can we talk a minute about tiny appliances? Oh my word, this microwave from Wayfair is from their retro line. So darling, it's like $100. And then the mini fridges. Okay, mini fridges have gotten so darling. They're at Home Depot, they're at Wayfair, and of course the college sites that I named previously. Super retro. There's the Magic Chef, there's Smeg. Smeg has the little tiny one. Makes me want to go back to college. And then this is a teeny tiny one from Frigidaire. So this would be one area that I would splurge on personally, just because they're so darling. And before I wrap up this section on beds and how they all affect the room layout, let's spend a moment on sheets. So I think, well, number one, I'm a fabric snob. So that means that I love how fabrics feel, and if they feel cheap, I don't want them. So bedding is a must, that it feels really nice to be in. So I recommend either Bed Threads, which is out of Australia. It's linen, like fantastic feeling linen sheets. And what's unique about this company is not just their beautiful colors, but they will let you buy one of each and mix and match. So I think that looks especially good for teens and kids to have different colored sheets, top sheet, fitted sheet, pillowcase. So that's a fun option. And then another one, which is a little bit more of a masculine feel, is this sheet set from Target, and it's made out of the jersey t-shirt material, so you just feel like you're wrapped in soft t-shirts. People love these sheets as well. All right, let's move on to desks. So a desk is also gonna be a must. And if you're working on a girl's room, a secretary desk might be a fun option, just because they're so petite and they kind of transform. That's my favorite look for a vintage girl's room. And then this is a cute mid-century modern desk chair from West Elm, super popular desk chair. And so even if you have a plain desk, and it might even have come with the room, have some fun with the chair and make that a real statement piece. And here's a room, this is the Pottery Barn room that has it kind of all pulled together. So raised bed, almost a loft bed in the back, but still I think just raised bed. So you have your desk area, you have your storage trunk, you have your appliances. Again, the coffee table doubling as storage, super sweet. Other ways to be smart about space and bring in some character is to use storage benches if you have the room for that, or nesting tables are really good. So have that as maybe the little nightstand, but then they have the option of pulling out 2 smaller tables if they want to have friends over or something. Other ways to bring in your own personal style is to have a lot of fun with the bedding. Throw pillows, yes, and curtains. Add curtains. A good rug is another great idea. And if you're going for kind of indestructible, I suggest cowhide. And they come in lots of different colors, not just like black and brown. So you can get them in creamy, like gold colors. But what I love about true cowhide, now there's lots of knockoff ones and those ones are softer, but the true cowhide rugs are basically indestructible. You can hose them off. So if you wanna go for a little bit more of an investment piece where you wanna have this after next year, choose a cowhide. Or I love Dash and Albert rugs because they are indoor-outdoor, but they don't feel like they're plasticky, you know? But yes, same thing, take them outside, hose them off. It's awesome. And finally, have some fun with your lamps. And if you get the lighting right in a space, it just makes it so cozy. It just tips the scales and it feels like home. And if you don't have the room for maybe a table lamp or even a desk lamp, it looks really good to have string lights, and that's totally cute for boy or girl, depending on how you do it, but that's such a cute look for a college student. Whew, that was a big one. Okay, let's move on to walls. Okay, this is the problem that a lot of people will run into in a college dorm space, is there are rules about what you can and cannot do with the walls. Probably you can't do anything. So I'm just gonna go that route and assume you're not allowed to put any holes in the walls, which is frustrating, but we can still do this, okay? So you have some options. Think about leaning mirrors, okay? So it can be up on the desk like the last picture I showed you, or it could be a floor mirror, and it doesn't have to do any damage to the wall. Some of the walls are cinder blocks, right? So it's not gonna be damaged, but like you can't do anything easily. And so just lean a mirror against the wall. These are really beautiful from Anthropologie. These are my fave. You also can do temporary wallpaper now. So it's basically contact paper. And if you remember my daughter's bedroom tour, we did a bohemian look in her room, and I wanted her desk area to look like a medium tone wood without actually replacing the laminate countertop. So I just covered it with a brown wood tone contact paper. So you can do something like that, or you can put stuff up on the wall, which the best ones I've seen they look like marble, they look like white brick, or shiplap. And this is a cute picture example of this. And they just did an accent wall here. This I loved. It's a very vintage look, but this football vibe going on for a mural. This is also just something you stick on the wall and can take down. If you don't want to actually stick something on the wall, you could use command hooks, and I really love these big fabric, kind of like banner feeling wall pieces. I love the softness of them, and I love the size of them. I mean, some of these might even just be bed sheets, like this peachy floral one might just even be a bed sheet, but just get a big something else up on the wall. I love these. I've been wanting to make one of these, but it looks like they just took drop cloth and printed or painted on a quote. You could do something like that. You could really DIY this. Last but not least are my beloved command hooks. They work well. You just need to get the pound correct. So the package will tell you how much weight you can hang on that hook, and it's a real limit. So get that right and you can do whatever you want. There's really cute ones too that look like metal hooks, you know, like big fancy ones. I have one actually on my front door that my wreath hangs on, but it's just a command hook. So use those as much as you can for keys and towels and whatever else you can think of. And you can hang baskets, or this picture is really cute. I love how they did the gallery wall in this sort of bohemian looking girls room, and they just layered different like vintage posters. These look like the Cavallini posters that I love so much, but really did a good job. And those are just command hooks, and she even has a hanging plant there, so, and some macrame. These baskets are from Anthropologie. I love how vintage they look, but a little bit glam, a little bit maybe like college friendly style, you know. Those would be cute. You could use those with command hooks. Okay, and this I got really excited about. Pottery Barn makes these headboards that stick to the wall. Okay, you can Velcro them to the wall because you don't want to drill a hole in the wall. There's faux leather. There's this really cute cutout, sort of French looking one. There's carved ones. I think this carved one does hang with one D ring, but you're gonna have to check out like the upholstered headboards. They're tufted, so cute. What a cute idea, like they're speaking my language. And then I found this product when I was doing kids camp at our church. It's called nano tape. It's pretty awesome. It's double-sided and it feels kind of jelly, and you can like get it wet and reuse it and stuff, but you just cut the strip you want, stick it on the wall, and it just like, it's double-sided, super strong adhesive. I mean, they have ads where you can like stick a brick on it, which I don't believe that, but it's pretty strong. So I would definitely use nano tape to put one of these headboards up. Like if I DIY'd a headboard or something, I would use nano tape to put that on the wall. And then I've loved, this is another Pottery Barn piece, but they took a ladder, and so again, no holes in the wall, but more storage, and it's got the vintage look, right? So I love this ladder with some storage baskets, and it just leans on the wall. Now, real quick, I gotta touch on storage. So desk storage is important. And if you want a vintage look, I suggest hitting up Etsy and looking at their desk organizers. If you have closet space issues, you can always do a clothes rack. Those are actually really cute. To maximize closet space, I suggest these hanging vertical shelves. So there's 6 spots. You can add in shoes or sweaters or something. As far as hanging clothes, these velvet slimline hangers are the best for like keeping the bulk down. I love these drawer dividers. I use these in my own house, and it just makes every little inch count, and you can squish, you can roll and do the Konmori folds with the clothes and just get everything all packed into. I only have one drawer for myself for workout clothes and undergarments and all that. I can get everything into one little drawer with these drawer dividers. Then for a vintage looking hamper, I do have a tutorial on this. I made these hampers with a king size pillowcase, and that's like a chicken wire fencing. Okay, and then use your door space. So I thought this was funny because good thing they have some emergency in one pocket, because you know, you do need to take care of your immune system at some point. But you could get linen ones that aren't as, I try to steer away from plastic because I feel like it looks cheap and it doesn't look vintage, if that's the vibe you're going for, which I'm sure that's why you're watching this video. So over the door shoe hangers, love them. And I love this very cute over the door shelf from Urban Outfitters. This is a cute way to add more storage with just simple crates. You can get these at Joann's and stain them, turn them all cute. Good statement piece. If you want something that goes over your fridge, your little mini fridge, check out the over the toilet storage units and shelving. Really cute stuff there. And then I love these rolling carts. You can get them at IKEA, you can get them on Amazon, I think Walmart. They're very popular, many different color choices. Michaels has them. These are great for nightstands. Anything that you can move around is good. So I suggest this one, they're about $30. And then last but not least, if you can fit vintage lockers in the dorm room, do it. I love these. These are in my son's room, not a dorm room, but his room's probably about the size of a dorm room. We got these for free and I painted them with mineral paint. Love that look. And that's it. That should get you started. I want you to have fun this next month as you are getting ready for your dorm rooms with your kids. Tag me on Instagram and I will so share you in my stories. And if you're not in my behind the scenes design group, I'm gonna give you a link below for the wait list. I hope you can join us. We have a blast over there. And hit subscribe if you haven't already so I can send you more videos next week. I'll see you soon. Take care.